morning, guys. It's gonna be a big day today. Got all my stuff packed up here. Tires, extra fuel, tools, jack. Ready to rock and roll. She just looks so good on a trailer. I don't know what it is about it. Very race car-y. Alright guys, we're out here at Willow Springs. Me and Jet are already at the track. We offloaded the car. I actually did a quick run with the car. I wasn't able to get any footage as of yet, but I'm just trying to get the feel for the car, see how it does. It's so hot out here already and it's barely like 11 a.m. and the car is kind of getting hot, so we're cooling it down right now, but we're running into a small issue. The ECU shut off all of a sudden. So with Adaptronics, for those of you who know about Adaptronics, this is a very common issue. The board is loose, and we're gonna go ahead and try to fix it right now real quick, get the car back on, and hopefully it's cooled down by then and I can do another lap. So pretty much what I'm doing right now to start off is just doing like a small donut just in first gear, just to get an idea of how the car feels, the alignment, and then doing probably figure eights right after that. I was able to test the hydro fully and thankfully it finally works. Those PBM calipers really do come in clutch. And the hydro, I noticed that I have to pull a little bit harder than normal to get it to actually lock up. Otherwise it does lock up. So I'm glad that whole issue is solved, and that was my biggest thing with the hydro was, you know, obviously building pressure and locking it. Otherwise, I'm gonna go ahead and try to solve this issue with my buddy and hopefully get back on the truck. So another thing I noticed is when I'm wearing my helmet and, you know, I'm sitting in the driver's seat, my helmet hits this part of the roof like really easily. So definitely not a good thing. My idea is I'm probably gonna run a Street Faction seat mount, which I heard runs lower than the Sparco side mounts. If you guys know of any other side mounts for Sparco seats that work with the FC that sits lower, please let me know and comment down below for the different types out there. Otherwise, as far as what I know Street Faction is better. Heck yeah! Alright guys, so updates so far. Ran into a few issues with the car. First issue was the power wire for the ECU. The ring terminal that goes to the positive post for power was loose. So really sketch, because right after that, the idle of the car was kind of slowing down, and then the car cut off, it shut off. So I had to pull to the side. Jet thankfully was able to help. So same with DK and John Chow. Thank you to all three of you guys for helping me out for solving both the issues. The second issue was the power wire also for the fan is getting chafed, and pretty much it's starting to smoke. It was really sketch. As soon as I saw the smoke of the wire, I instantly shut off the car, took the battery post off, and before a fire started. So thankfully, again, Jet, DK, and Don Chow helped me out with materials and getting supplies and fixing the issues. Now finally the car is good to go. Getting just a few runs in. It's super hot out. It's about 105 right now. Really pushing the limits of the FC and the coolant seals and just the cooling system in general of the car. But getting a good idea how the car feels. First gear I feel a little bit more confident on. Second gear I'm trying to get a better idea and just get more, honestly just get more seat time all in all. But it's super fun so far. We're probably not gonna last too much longer here, probably another 2 hours and just call it a day, but I'm gonna get more seat time in, so stay tuned.
Lungs are drinking the soda.
Alright guys, well that concludes the track day for this event. I'm very happy with the results and being able to sit in the car and slide around in it finally. You know, it's just touching being able to see after 3 years you built the car from the ground up and being able to finally one day slide it and just have fun with the car and, you know, go through the gears. And it was very inspiring and motivating for me to be able to finally do that and for the car to be where it is today. A few issues in the beginning, just to reiterate, was the power wire for the ECU, the ring terminal was loose. So going to the positive post, it pretty much was loose and therefore causing the car to cut out. So that was one issue. The second issue was actually really sketch. Wish I caught it on film, but as soon as I went back to the track, just a couple, like, you know, donuts and stuff, and I started to see smoke. And as soon as I saw that, I cut the car out immediately, you know, just making sure, like, you know, it doesn't run anymore. And because if I did, it would have definitely been a fire, and that's definitely not a good time. So I'm glad I caught that early. And what that ended up being was the power wire to the fan, because the Ford Taurus fan pulls a lot of amperage. So that one was my fault. I didn't crimp it properly. I used like a small crimper. I should have used a bigger crimper because it's a bigger gauge. But thankfully we got that all solved out. And again, thanks to Jet, DK, and John Chow for being out there and helping me out and giving me the supplies and just getting my car back on the track. And it's, you know, you definitely need a team for all that, and without a team you would be screwed on the track. So definitely I couldn't have done it without these guys. It was super fun, but I finally finished my first track event. Guys, you will see more of this car on vlogs and more events for sure as I get the car dialed more and more. I will have better footage, I promise. I will get a GoPro this time. I will get probably the Insta360 so I can get a third-person view. I'm gonna get my own helmet and like my own suit and everything. So, but this was a big step and a big accomplishment for me. So things to improve on the car is definitely the cooling. Definitely need to make like a ducting for it. And then also I do have to replace the radiator because unfortunately, like when the car wasn't running at the time, whoever was moving it when I went back to NorCal, they jacked it up from the radiator instead of, you know, the correct spot you need to jack up from in front of the car. So therefore caused like a little bit of an arch, and it's just really annoying because I just bought the car, but it's fine. It's a CX Racing radiator, so it's really not that expensive, but I'm gonna go ahead and buy a replacement one. and fix like ducting on the side of the intercooler, relocate the oil cooler because that's in between the intercooler and the radiator. So and another thing would be an under tray. So cooling is the biggest thing right now I need to focus on. So like there was 2 sessions that I would do, there was 2 laps, and because the temperature was like 110 out in Willow Springs, doing 2 laps going out, like the car was already at like 220 degrees Fahrenheit. So I didn't want to risk anything after that. Jet like hosed the car down a bunch of times, did a bunch of like cool down laps, and thankfully it helped. But because of the extreme temperature and because of my poor cooling system caused me to pull over a bunch of times to cool the car. But now we know, and now I know the issue is to fix the cooling, but other than that, the car is solid. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna conclude the vlog here, and I'll catch you guys back in NorCal, and I'll keep you guys updated as always. See ya.